Hey guys, it's almost 12 o'clock. Always think up, you know what we do. All right, so hopefully this is working. I don't know what goes on with these live things sometimes. It shuts off, turns on, whatever it wants. All right, so tonight you see I'm wearing red, right? Because I think we're all needing some grounding and centering. That's all right, right? I need it too. I need it too. I'm just like you guys. So, what are some things that'll happen in your life that make you need some ground and centering? Anything. So, do you feel off from your purpose? Do you feel off in your home? Do you feel off in your life? Do you feel off in your job? Do you feel off in your family dynamics? Do you feel off in your health? Um, Thank you for the love. If you're feeling any of those things, that's a perfect time to ground and center. So, I get so many emails about people feeling off, and I love you all, and I love you for sharing your off with me. It really does take a lot sometimes to share where you're off with someone else, and in sharing that off with someone else, a lot of times you will grow. So, thank you for the love, Asia. Asia knows, Jill. Hey, Jill. Jill knows. When I'm off, I share my off with my friends, and thank you guys all because you're a part of my grounding and centering. And so this is something that you might not have known about me, right? So you guys know I carry shells and rocks and whatever, and this is one of my favorite seashells. I forget what beach I got this from, but they're all somewhere. I got them all somewhere. So this one's a special one. I'll probably remember by the end of the little episode or whatever, right? So grounding is whenever you sit down wherever you are. You can do this wherever you are. You can do it at work. You can do it. I do it in the morning before I go to sleep. I do it at work. I love you too, Jill, so much. I do it in the middle of work sometimes whenever I get a call that I wasn't ready for. I do it in the middle of work. Maybe if I feel like I'm a little bit tired, I do it when I get home before I pick up my baby if I feel a little bit tired. I do it after I put her to sleep if I feel a little bit tired and I need to keep going. So these are things that you can do any time of the day. It's just up to us to make the conscious decision that we're going to sit down and we're going to put roots in the ground. Now, guys, this doesn't have to be some crazy project, right? You just sit down, you close your eyes, you take a couple deep breaths in and out, and you imagine roots coming from your feet or roots coming from your bottom chakra, which is like your everything down here, your booty, all that stuff, right? And so you just imagine roots just going into the ground, right? And so as you breathe and you have your eyes closed, just imagine these roots just getting thicker and thicker and thicker and thicker, right? So that's all I mean, guys. I'm not telling you this tricky, trick me type thing, right? I'm not saying that. You put roots into the ground. It's called grounding. It's a real thing, guys. I'm telling you. It's associated with a lot of really cool things. Red. So I told you that the chakras go from red to violet up, starting at the bottom. So red will help. So I use red candles when I feel like I need a ground. I paint my toenails red when I feel like I need a ground. I wear a red shirt. I wear red underwear. I put red on my plate. Whatever it is that you do, put red around you when you're feeling off on your purpose, when you're feeling like you're unsure of yourself. You know, ground, do more grounding. Centering is when you look in you instead of looking outside for everything else. Look in you, check in with you, see how you feel about things. So there might be all kind of things going on in your life and you feel out of purpose because you're not checking in with yourself to see what does it feel like? What do I feel like with this going on? Take your time for that. People say, oh, people get mad because I run around, and I say, well, take time for yourself, and they think that I'm this like super special person. No, that's what I do, right? Putting roots into the earth is huge whenever your balance feels off, and our balance can feel off in so many ways, guys. I was just sick. I got the sickness when I was rolling around in here, right? So the only reason why I got this sickness is because I was maybe off a little bit. And that's all right. I'm a feeler of things. So that happens to me a lot. So I ground and center very often. I ground and center in the morning and then frequently throughout my day. You guys, I talk about greatness, right? So I talk about greatness a lot. And this greatness that I speak of doesn't mean that I'm always perfect. Doesn't mean that you have to be perfect. It doesn't mean that situations have to be perfect in your life for you to own this greatness, right? So I make mistakes all the time, guys. I'm learning and I'm trying new things all the time, and I have things that hurt me from my past before that I'm trying to work out for my future and everything that's important to me. So, I'm not coming from a perfect place. I'm just coming from a place of when things do go wrong in my life, I try to put my roots into the ground. I try to find that balance and understand that there is a purpose for me. Maybe, you try to go with the vibes and maybe you were wrong about the vibes. That's okay. Go back in, ground, center, get that back together. Maybe you thought that you were just going with the flow with this job and it seemed like it was the job of your dreams, and then it ends up to be not so much the job of your dreams. That's all right. Ground and center. Put your roots into the ground. I finally got to a place with grounding and centering that my flaws make me special. So all the things that I've been through and everything that I've seen and the ways I protect myself and the way that I work and the way that I live and the way that I move, there's a perfect job for me. There's a perfect man for me. There's a perfect home for me. There's a perfect city for me. There's perfect friends for me. There's perfect situations for me. There's perfect vacations for me. There's perfect everything of this for you. Your flaws make you special. And whoever's perfect for you will love you for those. Ground and center. Get to your purpose, guys. Quit leaning on a relationship to either end or start to make you better. Don't lean on a job to end or start to make you better. Start right now where you are. Oh, hi, Ruben. It's always a pleasure to see you too. Thank you for giving me encouragement on the motivation. I get a lot of emails and they're all about things where people are feeling off balance, and that's all right. So, like I was saying, I want to explain to you guys today how to ground and center. So this is going to try to be really quick. It's late. I just wanted to give you guys, when I give you guys some love, then I feel better. And so I wasn't able to eat anything and I just had some ice cream and I feel good. So I just want to, I want to make you guys feel better. And is that right? Eating ice cream when you couldn't eat for 24 hours or 56 hours or whatever? Who cares? I don't care. I don't worry about those things most of the time. I eat from the light. Right now, I wanted to eat ice cream, so I did before I came into this video. All right, so you can ground and center, guys. And you can do this all by yourself alone. I do it all by myself alone all the time. Or you can do it with a partner. I do it with a partner whenever I can, anytime that I ever can. I'm always trying to get partners to ground and center with me. So if I've ever been trying to ground and center with you, this is what I mean, right? Because when you have more than one person, it's just so intense. Whenever, the human energy is really a magnificent field. So you close your eyes and you breathe and you put roots into the ground, either from your pelvis or from your feet, however you have to do it, And you just breathe in and you just imagine those roots getting deeper and wider and stronger and better and thicker and anything better, right? And so at first when you start out, this might be a little bit. So you might just have a little bit of roots and it might not seem like it's that thick. And then as you keep doing this, it's going to get thicker and it's going to get easier to make them thicker and deeper and bigger, right? And just breathe that in. And just breathe it in and breathe it in and breathe it in. You can hold your favorite show. You can listen to, I got the Raise Your Positive Vibrations, right? Because I want to go from the ground up, right? We're grounding and centering. 528 to 963. This is a great one, guys. It'll just whip you right up. And just keep breathing and imagine them getting deeper and thicker, right? Breathe, breathe, breathe. All right, so you're grounded. You're grounded in the earth. That's all it took. So then, what I do to center is I imagine green light and it just pours all over me. Green light coming down, it just pours all over me, all the way down to my feet. And then I imagine purple light coming over top of that, over the green light, and just pouring down all over my feet. And then I just imagine this little skinny bubble and it just comes all around my body, around my arms, around my legs, and it just closes off in my legs. And I feel like I'm grounded and centered. I've learned that from some really great people, that it's really a lot easier than what I thought. I used to think it was harder than that, guys. If you're feeling off in your day, do that. If you want to listen to vibrations, 528 is the vibration of love, man. Put it on, right? And then right after you do that, you can go into a really great meditation. So you can do a chakra balance meditation. Those are really great. You can breathe in and out of each chakra, see where they're at, get yourself balanced. That's a really, really cool thing to do after getting grounding and centered. You can do the 30 seconds where I say, think of something that you've already done for 30 seconds that was just amazing, and imagine the way they smell and the way the food tasted in the air and all those things. And then go into your dream for 30 seconds and do that for 30 seconds, and that's really great. You can just put on some vibes and breathe. You don't even have to think. Turn on an Abraham Hicks. Listen to a motivational speaker on YouTube. There's tons of things on YouTube, guys. Ground and center. I carry red rocks, so I have a bunch of different red rocks. You can use those, and you can rub them, and you can hold them in your hands. Anything with red is grounding. Guys, you can put your feet into the ground. You can put your feet into the mud. You can put your feet into the water. You can do whatever it is. Do things that you love. Those things are going to be grounding for you. So when you're doing the things you love, then you're following what you're supposed to do. We don't always get it right out in this world. I might have probably made 100 mistakes in the past week. But the greatness that I speak of is I just love my life. I love my life. And if I make mistakes, then they're welcome in my life because they give me growth. And, if I go through a hard time, then I love that hard time because in that hard time, I learn to grow. And then I get new people that they teach me to grow in different ways that I've never known before. Whenever you're in the middle of a hard time and you're able to pray for more people, then that's a great space to be in. It's really hard to go through a hard time and pray just for people that can inspire you and encourage you. And if you can do that, then you're grounded. Oh, I love you, Lisa. I don't know what the rest said, but God did pick me for this, guys, and you all are special to God too. And so, that's not the thing. I'm not this special greatness that is just so pure, never made a mistake or anything like that. It's just, this feeling that I get of God, this feeling God tells me to teach you how to ground and center. God tells me to teach you that it's not just one way to get there. It's all right the way you think and believe and feel. And the faith that I have and the strength that I have to come out and share this with all of you is scary sometimes. So a lot of people think that because I think like this that I don't believe in God, when God is the number one in my life. I call him Papa. I say thank you. You guys will see on my messages on Always Think Up, I send out grounding, gratefully grounding. And that's because every day I believe that God wants us to ground into the earth. The earth came from God. God created this stuff, guys. I'm not making this up. I drink red tea sometimes. So right now I have a red raspberry tea. When you need to ground, God gave us so many things. So God gave us red. God gave us earth. God gave us roots. God gave us balance. God gave us purpose. God gave these sicknesses so we can learn when we're giving too much and when to hold back and be selfish. It's all right. It's all right to make mistakes. It's all right to fall off. It's even better if you can make a mistake, fall off, and come back and think you're great. You're all great, and you're all worth it. And so no matter what mistakes you made in this life, and no matter when you fell off, and no matter when you get back on, or where you went when you fell off, own it, love it. Who cares? Share it, hide it, whatever. Don't beat yourself up about it, guys. If I beat myself up about all my mistakes, then I wouldn't be able to tell you how great I am. I wouldn't be able to feel the gifts that God has for me in my life. If I was always worrying about the times where I was wrong or the times where I could have done better, then I wouldn't be focused on the great. And so Always Think Up is just focus on the great. Focus on the great. So you might not like seashells and you might not like red tea, but I bet you can wear a red shirt and I bet you can put roots into the ground. None of this might make sense to you, but it will one day, I swear. The vibes are raising, guys, and a lot of people are unsure about them. And that's when my emails are coming in. I'm really unsure about this and me and where I'm at and where I've been. Life isn't about trying to control someone so you feel better. You can't do that, guys. All you can control is you and how good you feel and how grounded you feel and how good you feel about your purpose on life. We're all connected. So if you're feeling your purpose, then I'm feeling good, and then your neighbor's feeling good, and your man's feeling good, and your job's feeling good, and all that stuff's feeling good. So if you're feeling off, we all feel that too a little bit. You know, I don't know where these things come from. I don't know, but it fills me with so much love to share them with you all. Thank you for your interactions. I know sometimes I throw people off guard. Ground and center. Know your purpose. Know you're worth it. Know you're freaking great no matter what you've been through. And if you run into somebody that doesn't know, tell them, share this. Tell them that they're great. Don't be afraid. Sometimes it feels weird to say, you're great, be great, you're wonderful, be wonderful. But once you say it so many times, it just gets normal. The first time I said it was really weird. I was like, I wonder how this person is going to receive this. I really do feel like they're great, but I wonder if they think it's going to be something else or it's this or that or the other. And then once I didn't care about that anymore, I can tell all of you that you're freaking great. I love you all with everything I have. We're all connected. I want you to vibe up. And when you vibe up, you want to start from the root. So start from the root, go up, vibe up. We're all connected. One love. Good night. Mwah.